Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now, Dave Coldwell has explained that he told Dillian Whyte not to step on Alexander Povetkin when he got him hurt. He actually told Dillian Whyte to keep behind the jab because all of the good work is coming off of that jab. The power shots that dropped Povetkin were coming off of that, and Dillian Whyte was setting them up perfectly by boxing Povetkin. And I mean, if we didn't see it any differently, that is what happened. I mean, Dillian Whyte dropped Povetkin both times when he was being calm, collected, and boxing Povetkin. But in that fourth round, having Povetkin down twice, is it really like Dillian Whyte to not step on him? I know he's in there with someone who is dangerous, and maybe next time Dillian Whyte will step in to close the show, because he definitely has the power to hurt Povetkin. So if Dillian Whyte had rushed Povetkin when he had him down and hurt, maybe the referee would have stopped the fight after seeing Povetkin on the floor twice in that round. And also, I mean, if Dillian Whyte catches him clean when he is pushing Povetkin back, then ultimately it's going to be a good night for Povetkin. But Dillian Whyte stayed boxing because Dave Coldwell told him to stay behind the jab, work with those clean shots, because that is what's working. 2 or 3 rounds and you'll stop him anyway. But ultimately, Alexander Povetkin found that big punch. Now, this is not Dave Coldwell's fault for telling Dillian Whyte to box, because in that moment, in that fourth round, when Dillian Whyte had him hurt, had him down twice, you would have to believe that you don't want to throw away that opportunity after having Povetkin down twice, outboxing him, winning the fight, throw that all away just by trying to rush him and get the knockout, because that is what happened when Anthony Joshua fought Ruiz. This was kind of the opposite. Maybe Dillian Whyte should have stepped on him, but ultimately he didn't, and Povetkin found the punch. Anthony Joshua in that situation with Ruiz should not have stepped on him and kept behind his jab. Work with those clean punches, those short shots when he can find them, and to not lose his shape and start fighting with Ruiz. That is the one thing that Dillian Whyte did not do against Povetkin, but it cost him still, and that is because Povetkin set up that punch perfectly. If you see, he was actually looking for that punch earlier on in the fight, but Dillian Whyte was defending against it, and he always had an answer to it. But Dillian Whyte almost had not a lapse in concentration, but still, he saw that left hand and an opportunity, tried to throw it, and that is when Povetkin landed that uppercut. So it was just extremely clever and well disguised by Povetkin, who seemed done, who seemed like this was it. I mean, Dillian Whyte was controlling him, beating him up most of the time, bullying him, because I mean, if you look at the face of Alexander Povetkin after the fight, compare that to Dillian Whyte, you can see who had the better of the trade-ups between the two of them. But still, Alexander Povetkin is extremely experienced, and he used that against Dillian Whyte. So if Dillian Whyte had rushed him, maybe he could have stopped him in that fourth round. Maybe the ref would have jumped in anyway as soon as Dillian Whyte starts backing him up under pressure, but still, that's just hearsay now. All Dillian Whyte can do now is apply that in the rematch. He can make sure that he is boxing behind that jab, doing what he done last time that got him success in the early rounds. But still, maybe if he does hurt Povetkin, back him up. He doesn't want Povetkin coming forward and pressing him, because that is where Povetkin is comfortable. You could see that anytime he got knocked down and was allowed to get up and come forward, he seemed not okay. I mean, he was shaky on his legs, but he did not seem out of his comfort zone either. He knew what he was doing. So maybe Dillian Whyte does need to press Alexander Povetkin when he gets him hurt, because against Joshua, Povetkin did not like that. Joshua hurt him, backed him up, went straight for him. Povetkin didn't like that. So maybe instead Dillian Whyte does need to put a little bit of pressure on Alexander Povetkin and back him up. Let him know that he has been hurt and Dillian Whyte's intention is to take him out now. So maybe that will cause a little bit of panic in Povetkin. Not a lot because he's extremely experienced, but still, if he feels like Dillian Whyte is pressing him and pressuring him, then maybe Alexander Povetkin will be forced back into his shell, and maybe Dillian Whyte can land something more significant on the front foot as opposed to on the back foot, because a lot of them were like catch counter shots and flash knockdowns against Povetkin. So maybe if Dillian Whyte steps on him, pushes forward, and lands those punches on the front foot, like against Joseph Parker and like against Derek Chisora, those were devastating punches, but they were both landed when Dillian Whyte was about to come forward. That is why they were so devastating, and maybe that's what he can do next time against Povetkin. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.